Have you ever been overly cautious when driving on the road, if it was day or night, being scared you might come across a snake, squirrel, bird, or even deer that might actually cause damage to you, your car, and itself? The Wildlife Network has recorded over 1 million wildlife deaths each day in the US alone. And it doesn't include the cost of and damage of cars and human lives. The solution that is built to help this problem is something called wildlife crossings. What wildlife crossings are, they're natural bridges for animals. Think of just regular bridges we use, except they're covered with grass and natural substrate to give the animals a comforting place to cross the road instead of trying to book it through the roads. There's many organizations such as the Wildlife Networks, the Highway Administration, and Smarter Growth America that support these causes. And what these people do is raise money and come together with other people to start building these and getting the rights to find a proper placement for them. So this is something that feels fairly simple. It's not necessarily, and it's not something that everybody knows. There's many things you can do to help, however. Aside from just donating money, which does truly help, there's also giving your time to the organizations. These wildlife bridges and crossings take a lot of time to do. Since they need to be like an actual comforting place for the animals, they're not going to cross if they don't feel safe to, and they're still going to try to go through the road. So it takes a lot of people to come together to plant plants, water them, make sure everything's growing natural-like. Aside from that, just the knowledge and sharing the knowledge of these wildlife bridges helps a lot. Personally, I didn't know what these were till I was in high school. But once I figured these out, I was like, wow, this is a good idea. But even though it's that way, surprisingly, there's only 1,500 of these wildlife crossings in the US. The main country with these is actually Canada. And we take a lot of inspiration in how they're structured and how they have taken the initiative to do things like this. Though we're still a little behind, just recently, KTA 5 has done like a news segment on one of the wildlife crossings in California. This is actually the biggest wildlife crossing in the world. It's going to span over 10 lanes. And it's going to be over 101 freeway. And it's meant to help out the native wildlife around there. And specifically, the species of mountain lion that has already been affected. And its numbers have been going down because of this specific highway. And just recently, this highway has been the first plants have been put on this highway thanks to the community who has come together to help arrange something like this. This is only the first step for this big highway, but it's a good step nonetheless. Things like this is going to help everybody, not just the animals. It's going to help us feel safer when we're driving. We don't have to be so cautious on the road and be scared that something could just jump out and ruin the trajectory of the whole road. Aside from the 1 million deaths, there's also $8 billion in cost of wildlife collision each year between cars and animals, not to mention the lives lost. Overall, this project just helps everybody, not just the wildlife. It helps us be safe and it helps them be a little more natural, since we are having these roads is just pretty much us taking their home. But with this, it helps be able to live together in like harmony again.